Hey guys, Wind Crystal Gaming here with part 2 of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and we ended right before going inside the very first dungeon of the game. So yes, we walk right into his mouth, and it's all good. Inside the Deku tree. Alright. I did a little practicing on how to do some Z targeting stuff, so I can actually do it pretty decently now. At least good enough. Slash some bushes. There's a heart. Look at this wall. The vines growing on to give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Wind Chris. Really? Who knew? And a good point I read on the internet is that technically, if Link has lived his whole life in Kokiri Forest, he might not actually know that he can climb vines. You know what I'm saying? Just an interesting thought. And like doors, like there are no doors in Kokiri Forest. So when we get to the next little cutscene where Navi tells him how to open a door, maybe it's because he's never seen a door in his life. Who knows? All right. And there's the dungeon map. The map tells us where we are. One of the drawbacks to emulating a game is that we miss out on some of the on where we are on the map. It stinks. I'm not gonna lie. Also, we can't see quarter hearts if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, I have a general idea of where to go, so I can't say I'm too worried about it. Alright, I'm just gonna find the R button for a sec, so that I don't die right now. I can't believe I forgot to do this. That's an awful place to put the R button, but I'll change it later. But yeah, you just put up your shield, deflect it, reflect it right back at him, chase him around a little bit. And yes, he begs for your forgiveness. Just begs, man. Pathetic. Doesn't even put up a fight. And he tells us that if we can roll once we land from high places to avoid taking some damage, but if we're from a certain distance up, he's gonna get hurt from falling anyway. Luckily, it's not as bad as a certain Breath of the Wild when it comes to falling damage. It's just plain obnoxious in Breath of the Wild. Open the door. Alright. So we're in this room now. Climb up some vines. And this is where we're going to get our first dungeon item. So in all these big treasure chests in these dungeons, you're either going to find the map, the compass, or the special dungeon item. For the Deku tree, that special item is the slingshot. Normally, if I hadn't stepped on that platform before, it would have fallen off. But because I didn't mess with it, and I would have had to shoot that ladder down. But luckily, we're all set because I've played this game before, and I know things that can make things quicker for me and for you as watchers. Alright. I'm just going to go in and put that there. That should be a good opening for us to I guess I'll take the rupee. Why not? Doesn't really matter. But yeah, the Skulltulas, which is what they're called, on this part can be a little annoying just because you really have no way of hitting them. You just gotta try and... Because you can't target them, they're too far away. So you just gotta try and snipe them. Luckily, it didn't take me too long to do that. And now let's actually climb up these vines. Yeah. The dungeon item is always going to be pretty heavily featured in the dungeon, which makes sense. And then some have different levels of use outside of the dungeon. For example, if you know what I'm talking about, there's a certain hammer which serves almost no purpose outside of the awful, awful dungeon that it comes from. But we'll get to that much later. I don't want to spoil too much. I'm going to jump through here, break this web. Alright, so we end up in this underwater room. Yeah, I tend to use ranged objects if I can, just because I think it makes things easier. Deku seeds. Alright. We'll go, step on this switch. And that'll reveal. These smaller chests, which are also strewn about the dungeons, you'll just find little things, you know, here and there. Alright. So we're going to take a Deku stick here. Just in case you were wondering what these sticks are, I messed that up. Just in case you're wondering what these sticks are used for, they're used for carrying fire around mainly. There it is. So that way we can use it to burn. Well, that was another complete fail. Alright. Third time's the charm, right? Alright. Let's burn that web. Nope, wrong button. This guy's the same as the last one. He surrenders quickly. Please forgive me, master. Ugh, I don't need you to grovel over me. Proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Theory, I think 23 is number 1. Might be a reference to a certain Michael Jordan, who was very prominent at the time of this game's release. He was going on to win, I think, the last of his 6 championships, basically putting the team on his back. Yeah. So he was a really big deal. I mean, it could just be 23 is number 1 because, but when I think about the time period it is, I just assume that it's the time of Michael Jordan. Could be wrong. Alright, it tells us about diving in the water. The water in this game can be kind of a pain. But this first thing shouldn't be that bad. Okay, third time's a charm. There it is. So now we have a limited amount of time to... no. Now we just have to hope that time runs out. Because we lowered the water level so that way we could get across, just in case you didn't know. One more. And he's a goner. But yeah, I love using my projectiles. Wow, I didn't know I could move a block, Navi. Thank you, you're so helpful. I couldn't tell the viewers that myself. So yeah, you can move blocks. I'm sure you'd be able to figure that out once you saw me do it. But, you know, apparently it's important that we know that's a possibility, so. Like I said, the whole helper thing was done a lot better in Majora's Mask, with Tattle being more optional and when you can speak with her instead of these mandatory conversations that no one wants to have. Ooh, a little spin move there. Didn't even mean to do that. Bust out one of the sticks. There we go. Slash your sword. Slashing your sword helps preserve your stick, so that way it doesn't burn up. It automatically puts your stick away. Ah, that's a pain. You suck. Eat slingshot, bum. Ha! Ha ha! I shall dance on your grave, you dumb spider. Alright, let's burn this up. There wasn't really a point to that. Ah. Yeah, those are some Goma larvae. We'll see the real big baddie at the end of this dungeon. Spoiler alert. No, no. Stick, stick, go, stick, stick, run, stick, stick. Alright, we are good. I wonder if they're still after us. I think they are. Get in, get in, get in! Ah! Oh, man, that was quite the escape. So yeah, we are back in this water room, but we start up on this level, and this game utilizes that a lot, and the Zelda series as a whole, where there's like sort of a main room, and as you unlock things, there are more things that you can do in the main room. So now that we have this block here, we can execute a fun little maneuver. Whee! Whee! Oh, hooray! And we can use that to break. Are you kidding me? What kind of BS is that? Nope, nice try. I'm going down, I don't care. I think there's some hearts down there, actually. Yeah, there are. There we go. So we have to beat them in order. 23 is number 1. So there's the first one. Next we get the third one. And there we go. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal it to you. If you don't have to, you can fight me like a real man. But yeah, it's a tutorial dungeon. There's not really much complexity to it. I'm sure you were watching. It's pretty simple. Oh, Queenie, sorry about that. And even left behind the heart for us. How kind. Alright. And, well, I'm trying to keep my videos short, and I think this is just a wonderful place to leave off. So, what lies behind the door? I'll tell you it's a boss. But, what could the boss be? Alright. Find out next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is Wind Crystal Gaming, signing off. Have a good one, guys.